are part of the solution. I am part of the solution. You are part of the solution.
On this crucial issue. So in the sense of brevity, I will briefly mention 3 points. First, it's the importance of cities in fighting against climate change. As was just mentioned, we all know that the majority of climate gas emission originating from cities. And at the same time, we know that the negative impacts of the climate change will increasingly be felt in cities. This is the reality. However, we know also that the potential for providing cost-effective solutions to climate change, enhancing productivity, and producing basic services at a lower cost is also coming from the cities. So investment in the cities in green solutions often go hand in hand with greater economic opportunities, with growth, also economic growth for the cities. Let me take an example. We see strong interest for advancing sustainable mobility solutions in Africa, in African cities, for example, in the form of bus rapid transit system. We are seeing here in Nairobi and also in Dakar, new BRT system, both relying on electric buses. This is crucial, so improving public transport provide both local and global environmental benefit while expanding economic opportunities in the cities. So what I want to highlight here that it's very important to have an integrated approach for the development of the city, not just looking in a sector context, but to have, when we look to a project, to see the project in the wider context of urban development. This implies, as was just mentioned, scope for better coordination and the linkage between all the key stakeholders, from public to private. And this is an agenda that is very, very urgent because we know very well that many African cities are experiencing rapid urban expansion. So somewhere we need to avoid that we have an unplanned and a chaotic development of the cities. So strong coordinating and integrated approach is key. The second element, we are here discussing climate finance and the financing. Let me mention the financing on urban infrastructure and the green transition, because we know that the urban agenda is investment intensive. The question on from where and how the financing will be mobilized is, of course, at the center of the discussion. We know that we have listened many numbers about the massive financing gaps that we have to ensure the urban infrastructure sector, but allow me to say that there are pervasive constraints to mobilize finance for urban infrastructure. So allow me to reiterate, to underline that financing coming just from the public sector will never be enough. We really need to create strong partnership between private sector and the public sector. We know that there are crucial issues that refrain of mobilizing financing from the urban development. One, of course, is the repayment capacity, because we know very well that many urban investment may be key for the economic development, for green transition, but we know that cities have limited direct revenue generation capacity. So it's important to work at the level of generation of capacity for financing at the level of the public finance at the local level. But we know also that the urban infrastructure projects are very often non-standards, take long time to materialize, involving different levels of governments. So the situation is very often complex for investors, financiers to get involved, and this creates an obstacle to create finance, to mobilize finance. So my message here is once again that in order to ensure that we reach and we succeed to have more funds to dedicate to urban development and to ensure the green transition at the urban level, we really need to find out effective way to overcome these two challenges. And once again, strong coordination between all the actors, mobilizing private and public intervention will be key. I will conclude just saying a word on the fact that for the European Union, as you know, we have a strong partnership with many African countries, and allow me to say that the development of urban development is also a key priority in our partnership. And just to say that when we talk about the problem of financing the urban development under the new Global Gateway Investment package, for the African Investment Package, we have foreseen new financing instruments that will allow, we hope, to mobilize easier the public and the private sector in support of the development of cities. Also, it is creating, supporting private partnership investment, city bonds, or also the possibility to lending to the cities in local currency. That, for our analysis, this could be one of the challenges that we have in order to support the financing of urban development. So, of course, these new financial instruments are complemented by technical assistance and direct engagement to the city towards, for example, in the context of the Covenant of Mayor for Sub-Saharan Africa. Dear Secretary General, I stop here, but just to say that the European Union is able and ready to continue to debate and to create the best condition for the development of cities. Many thanks.
Thank you. Solution. We are part of the solution.